Hi folks, welcome back to our channel. Today's a really special day. Can't wait to get going actually, to be honest with you. So today is my fourth PC gaming build. I haven't built a PC, in saying that I haven't built a PC in about maybe 3 years. So it's like kind of starting from scratch again, but I'm really looking forward to this. This PC is my most expensive PC I've ever purchased. You know, obviously with the parts and all that. But I think it's a really good, solid gaming and productivity PC. So anyway, let's get into it. Went with the processor, which is the AMD 3700X. Went with this over the 3600X because, like I said, gaming but also productivity. I think this is a beast of a processor for that. Then went with the Asus Tough Gaming X570 Plus gaming motherboard. I think this is a really solid motherboard for what it can do. It has obviously PCIe 4 ready, which will work fine, which will great actually with the processor, yeah, not a bad price. So I think it's around 200, something like that, 200 euro. Anyway, so onto the power supply, the fully modular Corsair 750. People might say 750 watts might be a little bit overkill, but I think it's nice to have a bit of a leg room as well when it comes to power. So still perfect, I think, really. A Corsair, I have many Corsair power supplies back in the other PC builds and they never let me down, so happy to go with that again. And like I said, fully modular, so that's great too. Storage, I have originally, before my last PC, I have an SSD 250GB Samsung Evo. I think it's a 750 model, and I'm going to use that again. I wiped it. I'm going to use that again for this build for the operating system. And I bought, along with that, I bought a 1TB M.2 Intel card. So it's tiny. I know. I didn't realize it was this small, but yeah. And the thing I like about this is, can you see that? Yeah. The thing I like about this is the fact that there's no cables. It just plugs straight into the motherboard, and it's, you know, it's less mess inside the system as in the case, less wires, which is always good. Anyway, on to the last piece, and by no means is this, how do I say last piece? I don't mean as a bad thing. Obviously, it's the best part of the PC build, in my opinion, is the graphics card. Went with the RTX 2070 Super. This particular one is the EVGA, as you can see, XC Ultra. This particular one has gotten really good reviews. I'm happy that I went with this. It has a base clock, I think of 1800, if I'm not mistaken, which is quite good from out of the factory, quite a high base clock, and pretty powerful card. It was either that or the 5700 XT by AMD, but like I said, I was thinking about that, and I went with the NVIDIA because AMD, when it comes to graphics cards and their drivers, there's always some kind of issue in my opinion. I have experience with that myself personally, so I went with an NVIDIA just for a bit of peace of mind. So yeah, like I said folks, that's it all. Processor 3700X, X570 motherboard, 750 power supply, watts power supply, 1TB M.2, and the beast, it's the beast, RTX 2070 Super EVGA. So yeah, I'm gonna do a quick montage of me building it, and hopefully you stay around for the rest of the video. Thanks. Cheers. Sorry folks, I forgot to mention the memory. I got 16 gigabytes of RAM, 3600 megahertz, and the timings are, I think it's 16, which is 16 cast latency, which is good actually. So 16, 19, 19, 19, I think that's the timings. So I went with the TRIDENT Z Neo, DDR4 obviously, memory. So yeah, I think that's quite good. Okay folks, before I put all the parts into the case, I always do a test run first. So when I come over here, I can show you. I have the processor, can you zoom over here? The processor installed obviously with the Prism, the Ray Prism cooler that's running away there, as you can see. Memory is installed as well, graphics card installed. Did plugged everything up to the power supply here, and thankfully everything is running on the monitor. It's into the BIOS screen. That's a good start. So the next step now is to take everything that I have here and put it into this lovely case that we have from the other PC build. I'll have to clean it up first, but that's a good start. I'm happy with that. Just needs to go into the case and that'll be that then. So we'll show you the finished result when everything is complete. Cheers! Okay folks, finished the build. If you want to come over here and have a look, I'll show you. It's all in the case now, as you can see. Just have to go through a few of this little cable management to make it a bit more tidy looking. But thankfully everything is working fine. CPU, RAM, graphics card, power supply obviously, and hard drives are fine. I have an M.2 1 terabyte in here, but for some reason it's not being recognized at the moment. I'm pretty sure that just if I get to download the drivers from the website, from ASUS website, that should be fine then. Fingers crossed. But yeah, took roughly about maybe between everything 2 hours, 2.5 hours maybe to get, because I hadn't done it in a long time. This is my first PC gaming build in about 3-4 years, so that's why. Plus the space and all that, but anyway, we got there. on the motherboard here, splash screen, the BIOS I should say, the BIOS splash screen. And so yeah, I've installed Windows, and the last thing to do now really is just get the drivers for the motherboard, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Start installing programs, software and games and all that. But thanks very much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button, I really appreciate it, and give it a thumbs up as well. Thank you.